Ready when you are, mate. A very good evening and welcome to AFCB TV ahead of a historic night for Alan Connell's development squads. They host West Brom here at the Vitality Stadium this evening in the quarter-finals of the Premier League Cup, the first time in the club's history that they've reached this stage of the competition. And I can tell you, Alan Connell has made just the one change to his side, who beat the league leaders in the Professional Development League last time out, Sheffield United, by 3-2. And he brings in some first-team experience tonight. Ben Gannon-Doak continues his recovery from a serious hamstring injury with some valuable minutes out there. He comes into the side in the place of Malachi Ogonle. Bournemouth line up then in a 4-2-3-1 with Kai Crampton in goal. Finn Tonks will captain the side at right back this evening. Amir Ali and Alfie Merritt, the two centre-backs. Noah Bouton at left back. Ahead of them in midfield, Michael da Costa Gonzalez will play alongside England under-16 international Zach Christie. Kobe Moto will play in the number 10. Ben Gannon-Doak and Remy Rees-Dotton, another with first-team experience, will play on the two wings this evening behind Eugene Narko, who will lead the Bournemouth line in the number 9 shirt. The Cherries bench, George Chubendezi, Joe Spence, Ethan Sills, Dane Nemuka and Danny Dixon, the substitute goalkeeper. West Brom, they make 4 changes from their 4-1 defeat away at Norwich in Premier League 2 last Friday. They bring in Alfie Morhan, Diego Nelson, George Shaw and Esosa Sully, who will lead their line in the number 9 shirt and captain the side this evening. The West Brom side for you in 4. Ben Cisse, Diego Nelson, Alfie Morhan, Abdul Abadou, Noah Dupont, George Shaw, Remar McNeil, Charlie Blackshields, Esiosa Sully, Matthew Crowther and Ryan Colesby on the West Brom bench this evening. Maxwell Moses, their substitute goalkeeper. Torin Ntegi, Jaden Francis Cesar, Joel Asamuga and Harry French are the substitutes this evening for the Baggies. Referee in the middle in charge tonight is Sonny Gill. This is the 4th and final quarter-finals. Blackburn, Sunderland and Burnley already through to the semis. And we will have a winner this evening should it finish all square after the 90 minutes. We'll head into extra time and then penalties. A lot of heavy rain about an hour or so before kick-off, which will have slickened up this surface. I think the weather's set fair now for the rest of the evening. A mild March night here in Dorset. With the Cherries to get us underway in the set-piece routine from the kick-off. Not quite working out there for Michael da Costa Gonzalez and Zach Christie. I think there's a pretty good chance that might be one of the earliest fouls in the history of football. Seconds into the start of the match and West Brom have it. And an early attack down the left, and it's well dealt with over on that far side by Christie. Flag up for offside. This competition adopts an old school Champions League style format. .32 clubs in total take part in the competition from the main groups phase at the start of the competition. 8 groups of 4 teams, the top 2 then progressing through to the knockout stages. Bournemouth coming through their last 16 tie with a 2-1 win away at Sheffield United. Crampton with the goal, with the free kick from the back. An early touch for Cherries boss Alan Connell over on the far side. Crampton to Tonks. Ali to Crampton again. England under 16 and under 18 international Kai Crampton. And an early touch for Gannon Doak. 4 months out after hamstring surgery. Injured while helping Scotland qualify for the World Cup. Great to see him back out there in the red and black cherry shed again this evening. Gannon Doak. Tonks. Amir Ali looks up early, looking for the run of Narco. Didn't quite drop to Moto. Playing in a more central role this evening, Kobe Moto. Often seen out on the wings. Tonks. Some strong hold-up play there from Narco, too strong, says referee Sonny Gill. West Brom themselves reaching this stage after a 1-0 win over QPR in the last 16. QPR reduced down to 10 men in that tie. Cisse with his first touch of the game to take the free kick for the Baggies. Solid, strong jump there from Moto. Early ball, looking for the run of Sula. Back to McNeil. Very highly rated 16-year-old Remar McNeil. Over on the left-hand side for West Brom this evening. One for the Bournemouth defence to certainly keep an eye on. Gannon Doak on the attack. Moto ahead of him. Narco too. Ali with the header on the halfway line. Colesby. Early ball into the path of Sula. Good first touch from Sula, but a great interception in there from Alfie Merritt on the edge of the box. Bouton with the direct clearance, looking for the runner Moto. There's Abudo. And that'll be a comfortable one for Crampton. Had a loan out at Wimborne Town in the Southern League earlier on this season, Kai Crampton. Joined the Cherries just over a year ago from Chelsea, where he was since the under-8s. Merritt. Early ball for Narco. Rhys Dotton. Rhys Dotton early into the path of Mutu. Just too much on that. Da Costa Gonzalez. Christie. Out to Tonks. Gannon Doak. Heavy challenge in there on Gannon Doak. Quick feet from the Scotland international. Lively in these early stages of this game. Merritt. Bouton screaming for it on the left wing. Merritt instead opting to go back to Crampton. Ali early into the feed of Gannon Doak. Quick turn of pace again from Gannon Doak. Baggies recovering well. It's a nice switch from Christie. Idea was there. It's not quite the execution on the pass. Well, certainly a name to look out for Cherries fans for the future, Zach Christie. Son of the former Middlesbrough and Derby striker Malcolm Christie. A name you may recognise from the past. Ali. Bouton. Over the top looking for Narco. Dealt with by Dupont at the back. Tonks with a bit of space to work with ahead of him. Moto immediately pressed by Dupont. Bouton to Rhys Dotton. One back well by Black Shields. Cherries deal with it across the back line. That's late on Tonks, but he's done really well into the path of Narco. Narco square to Moto, surely for the Cherries. Kobe Moto gives Bournemouth the lead. It looked for a moment there, but it might not happen for Kobe Moto. But composure when he needed it. And a lovely finish into the bottom corner. And Bournemouth in front against the Premier League 2 side in West Bromwich Albion, and a big confidence booster early on in this Premier League Cup quarter-final. The ball forward was brilliant into the path of Narco. The communication between Narco and Kobe Moto. For Moto to let Narco know that he was there. And then just the composure to wait for the West Brom defenders to commit. And a really tidy finish into the bottom corner past Ben Cisse. And Bournemouth find themselves in front. West Brom have struggled on the road in recent weeks. Lost 4 of their last 5 away games in Premier League 2. Cisse clears long. And Crampton with all the time in the world just to bring that under control. Blackshaw's ball forward is cut off in there by Merritt. Gannon Doak with Moto ahead of him. Might not need him, Gannon Doak. He's going to set off on his own down that right-hand touchline. He's done well as the Scotsman. Can he find a red and black shirt? Lovely footwork from Gannon Doak. Moto again for the Cherries, trying to get it onto that right foot. Here's Christie. Bouton. Bouton stands it up. Too much on that for Narco. Michael Da Costa Gonzalez, lovely footwork. Da Costa Gonzalez, brilliant save from Cisse down to his left-hand side. The way that Malcolm Da Costa Gonzalez just opened up the room for the shot there was quite sublime. Plenty of power behind the strike as well. Impressive save from Cisse. First time he's really been called properly into action other than picking the ball out the back of his net from Moto's opening goal of the evening. Bouton. It's Christie. Christie to Ali. Tonks, who hails from Winchester and Andover. Here's Rhys Dotton. Lovely speed from Rhys Dotton. Oh, shouts for handball, waved away by the referee. Narco with the initial header. Is it going to drop? It is going to drop to the Costa Gonzalez. That's an important block in there, but still there for Bournemouth. Gannon Doak. A lot of joy down that right-hand side for Gannon Doak so far this evening. Oh, he's done well again. Moto. Tonks. See the water skimming up off the surface after that rain ahead of kick-off this evening. Just slowing the ball down a little bit with some of those passes. Christie. The Cherries dominating the possession in the early part of this game. Merritt. It's a nice first touch from Merritt there to take him away from McNeil. The diagonal just with a bit too much on it for Gannon Doak over on the far side. Crampton to Ali. If you're just joining us on AFCB TV, a very good evening to you. Bournemouth in front through Kobe Moto's strike. A really tidy goal, linking up well with Eugene Narco inside the box for Bournemouth. And he just held as well before pulling the trigger, did Moto. Allowed the West Brom defenders to commit, and that opened up the room for him to then find the bottom corner past Ben Cisse. This evening's coverage brought to you in association with ESET. And another ball with too much on it from Alan Connell's side. A familiar face in the dugout next to Alan Connell this evening. Dion Burton taking charge of this West Brom side tonight. Stepping in with their usual manager, Lee Downing, up with the first team, assisting James Morrison in the Championship at the moment. Burton starting his career just down the road from here. Pompey boy, going on to play for Derby and Sheffield Wednesday too, where the majority of his career appearances were made. A rare venture into the Cherries' final third for the Baggies on that far side. Crowther working hard over there. Good interception, important interception from Christie. And the first corner of the game for the visitors. Sure to deliver. That's gone behind. That'll be another corner. Merritt doing well with the head up. And I imagine, like me, you are struggling to see those numbers on the back of the West Bromwich Albion shirts this evening. I will do my best for you, but even from inside the ground, it is difficult Black on green and yellow stripes. Not the easiest. Dangerous corner to the back post. Crampton's done well with the punch. Cannon Doak up with the header. Not the clean connection on there. Which Dupont was looking for. Bouton with the throw-in. Spent a bit of time on loan at Eastleigh in the National League last season, Noah Bouton. Narco having his shirt pulled there quite heavily by Dupont. Did well, Narco. Good physical battle taking place between those two. Eugene Narco stepping up from the under-16s to the under-18s in the summer. And now featuring regularly for Alan Connell's development squad too. Of course, Alan Connell having to send his Cherries side out there this evening with a fair few players, regular players, missing, either out on loan or due to the international break at the moment. Charlie Stevens off with Wales under-19s. Malcolm da Costa Gonzalez as well, whose brother Michael is out there tonight, but Malcolm currently training with the Ecuador senior side. Proud moment for him and his family. Some pictures posted by the AFC Bournemouth Academy social media. Great to see more recognition for the talented midfielder who has featured on the bench several times for Bournemouth this season, still yet to make his first team debut. Here's Moto, the goal scorer for the Cherries. No real options in red and black ahead of him. Cannon Doak. Merritt early into Rhys Dotton. First touch was just a bit too square there from Rhys Dotton. Quite open his body up and up. Bouton to Christie. Room for Christie to work with. Options on the edge of the box. Here's Tonks. Moto just hesitating. That allowed Shaw to step in and clear up for the Baggies. Given away again. And Cannon Doak. Spring into life. Tonks. Da Costa Gonzalez. Bouton in some room on the left and found. Bouton just squeezed for space, but did well in the end. And went to corner. Which Christie will jog across to take. Merritt and Ali both forward from the back for this set piece. Christie trying to work the routine to the edge of the box where Ali was waiting. It was telegraphed by the Baggies. Flag up for offside. Referee's seen it now. Alan Connell telling me a few weeks ago how everything he does in terms of preparation and style of this development squad is mirrored to Andoni Iraola's first team. And a glimpse of it there with that set-piece routine. Not quite coming off on this occasion. That's a good foot in from Rhys Dotton. Abadou back to Cisse, who's hurried into that clearance. Still Kobe Moto's goal. It separates the two teams. Blackburn, Sunderland and Burnley await the winner tonight in the semi-finals. Bournemouth don't know who they would face yet, whether to get through the draw still yet to take place. Bit of room for Tonks, early, looking for Narco. Backheeled straight to Da Costa Gonzalez. Da Costa Gonzalez deflected and in! Bournemouth double their lead. Da Costa Gonzalez picking up the loose ball in the middle of the park and didn't need a second invitation. Big deflection there to take it away from Ben Cisse. Bournemouth in control of the quarter-finals in the Premier League Club. The Cherries 2, West Brom 0. Michael Da Costa Gonzalez with the goal. The backheel clearance in there from the Baggies just didn't have enough on it. Some good power on the shot from Da Costa Gonzalez. Ali battling hard over on the far side with Sully. Sully's done well though, really quick, and he's gone down right on the edge of the box. Decision for the referee to make. He's wagging his finger and saying no penalty or free kick. I think that might have been just inside the box, you know. Corner instead to the Baggies. Narco back on defensive duties to clear up with a powerful header into the ground. West Brom come again. Moto working hard and fouling. More defending for the Cherries to do. Whoever gets through tonight, they'll be hoping that there is a home draw for them in the semi-finals. Trips to Blackburn, Sunderland and Burnley as your potential options. It's a lot worse for the Cherries, but still a fair old way for the Baggies to travel to. Blackburn through with a 3-1 win over Reading. Sunderland beating Watford 3-1. Burnley saw off Colchester 5-2. That's another dangerous ball in. It's a great header and it's gone in off the post. And West Brom get themselves back into the game. George Shaw with the header. Kai Crampton with a desperate attempt to keep it out off the post. Really dangerous set-piece free kick into the box. George Shaw rising highest. Bournemouth 2, West Brom 1. Christie to Moto. Scorer of Bournemouth's first goal this evening. There's Bouton. Deflected cross. Narco with the header. Oh, it's gone just wide. He's got his head in his hands. We all thought for a moment that that was in. Inches wide of the post. Really good ball in from Bouton. The deflection just took it into the path of Narco. Couldn't keep the header on target. Ali. Merritt. Boots on. Still Reece Dotton. Great one-touch football from the Cherries on the halfway line. Early into Moto. Oh, the flag's gone up. Really slick stuff from Bournemouth down the left. And a great ball. Great vision into Moto as well. He just got caught wrong side of the defensive line. Morhan. Tonks to cut it off in front of Sula. Cherries won their last 2 games coming into this evening in the Professional Development League, where they find themselves 4th in the table. Of course, coming into the match after a brilliant 3-2 win away at the league leaders Sheffield United on Monday. 3 goals in 11 second half minutes saw them come from a goal down to eventually win 3-2. Narco, Michael da Costa Gonzalez, Kobe Moto on target. Just Narco missing from the goals list this evening of that 3. Here's Gannon Doak. Tonks. Too close to Cisse. Moto and Narco waited inside the box. Merritt's read that one well. Christie. Merritt. Narco's done well. Reece Dotton outnumbered, but he squeezed through there as Remy Reece Dotton. He wins the free kick. Two big physical centre-backs trying to deal with Remy Reece Dotton there and unable to do so. He took a fair old whack as well on his way down. Can Bournemouth work a set piece of their own, having just conceded one? Just got West Brom back in the game. Bournemouth have dominated the opening half hour of this match in terms of possession and in terms of chances. But that goal maybe just swinging momentum a little. Here's Gannon Doak. Good from Gannon Doak. Dangerous one to the back post. Narco arriving. Too much fizz on that. Just the 6 appearances for the Cherries first team for Ben Gannon Doak since arriving from Liverpool in the summer. The 20-year-old, of course, restricted due to that hamstring surgery. Came off the bench last Friday night here against Manchester United, his first game for 4 months. Still waiting for a first goal in red and black as well, which I'm sure he'll be chomping at the bit to try and get this evening. Remember, Bournemouth have never made it this far in the Premier League Cup, let alone a semi-final, but on course to do so as things stand. Bouton wants a foul, he doesn't get one. Nelson does well. Here's McNeil. McNeil with the dangerous ball in. Tonks there to clear the danger. Dupont to Cisse. Narco pressing high. Tonks given the shout of time by his goalkeeper Crampton. Ali to Tonks. Christie will look early for Moto and Gannon Doak. Crowther. Colesby joining in too. Early ball in, looking for the one of McNeil on the edge of the box. Oh, Moto's done really well. 3-on-3 for Bournemouth at the moment. 2-on-2 now. Here's Gannon Doak. Narco inside the box. Ben Gannon Doak off the post. So close to his first goal in red and black. Great play from Kobe Moto on the halfway line. And then the vision to find Gannon Doak, who had Narco in support, decided to go it alone. That post is still shaking. Da Costa Gonzalez. Bournemouth 2-0 up earlier on in this match. West Brom hitting back through a George Shaw header. The Kobe Moto had opened the scoring. Here's Da Costa Gonzalez. Michael, who's out there this evening. Ali. Merritt. Christie pressed quickly there from the West Brom midfield. Bouton does well to keep it in. Flicked on lovely by Narco into the path of Moto. Oh, he just couldn't get a toe on the end of it. I don't think it would have needed much to take it past Cisse. It's at full stretch, Kobe Moto. Lovely flick on there from Eugene Narco. Having a really good luck game, leading the line for Bournemouth up front this evening. Rhys Dotton. The foul given before that against Merritt. Certainly nothing in that from the tackle from Remy Rhys Dotton. Black Shields back to Dupont. Here's the goal scorer, Shaw. Abudu. Dangerous diagonal. Crampton's come a long way. Gannon Doak taking no chances. Not sure if he got a shout there from his goalkeeper. Either way, he wasn't interested. And probably the right decision as well. See Moorhan lurking on the left-hand side. Abudu. Abudu forward to Black Shields. Given away. Gannon Doak with Moto and Narco ahead of him, and Tonks racing to get forward on the underlap as well. Moto, Tonks ahead of him. Not a great deal of options in the box at the moment. That's why Moto's just hesitated on the cross. Instead he finds Christie. Bouton. Rhys Dotton. Looking for Moto in Narco. Gannon Doak. Quick feed again. Stands it up to the back post. Bouton there. No one in red and black to send it in to Costa Gonzalez. Gannon Doak proving really difficult to deal with for the West Brom defence. Just 20 years of age, Ben Gannon Doak. You can play 3 players over the age of 21 in this competition, and a goalkeeper if you want it to over age. Ben Gannon Doak doesn't need to worry about that. It's Da Costa Gonzalez. This time, West Brom giving him no room on the edge of the box, having seen what he can do with that range. Don't worry if you missed any of the goals this evening. We will bring you the highlights at half-time tonight in association with ESET. Really nice finish from Kobe Moto to put Bournemouth 1-0 up. under a bit of pressure from some West Brom defenders, and a long-range effort from Da Costa Gonzalez, which was deflected in and past Ben Cisse. And Bournemouth close to going 3-1 up as well after the Baggies had hit back through a George Shaw header. Ben Gannon-Doak still searching for his first goal in Bournemouth colours, rattling the post as he cut in onto his left foot. Cisse taking his time. It's not a great clearance either. Costa Gonzalez has got a deflection on it. Tonks to Christie. Merritt. Finds Bouton. Restart, fouled. Added another first-team appearance to his tally, Remy Rees-Stoughton, earlier on this season away at Newcastle in the FA Cup in January. Actually made his senior Bournemouth debut here against West Brom in the FA Cup last season off the bench. Gannon-Doak now. That's a good cross. Rees-Stoughton underneath it. Will it drop for Narco? It will drop for Narco. Oh, he's dragged it wide. Again, great composure there, just to wait for the ball to fall into his path. Could have snatched it that much earlier. Did snatch in the end a little bit at the shot. Unable to test Ben Cisse on that occasion. But looking good for a goal tonight, Eugene Narco. Working hard for Bournemouth in that lone striker role. Bouton. Temperature starting to drop here in Dorset. Tonks and Moto. Gannon-Doak just drifting in to leave the space out wide for Moto to exploit. Gannon-Doak. Lovely turn. Charged down by Dupont. Gannon-Doak to Tonks. Shinned away by George Shaw. As we head towards half-time. Heavy touch from Narco. And a good block from Tonks. Christie to Da Costa Gonzalez. Alan Connell's side finishing second in Group A during the group stage of this competition, behind Reading. Three wins, 2 draws, and just the 1 defeat from the group stage of the competition. Nelson. Infield, looking for Sully. Crowther. Oh, too much on that for Nelson. Bouton looking for Rhys Dutton. Nelson with the initial header. Amadou with the second. Bouton, headed away by Amadou. Moto with space and room to work with. Oh, he's done well there to nick it away from short. Here's Gannon Doak. Gannon Doak! Oh, he's put it wide. Second big chance of the game for Ben Gannon Doak. One off the post and one wide of Ben Cisse's goal. Pressing for that goal this evening. Of course, will be very keen to get himself playing regularly again for Andoni Irola's first team, as he tries to work his way back into the Scotland squad for the World Cup in the summer. Alongside Cherries midfielder Ryan Christie, of course, away with the senior side at the moment. Oh, that's through the legs in McNeil to run onto it. Lovely from McNeil. Oh, and it's a great finish in there from Sula to bring the quarter-final back level at 2-2. Bournemouth pay the price for missing a couple of opportunities at the other end. Slick build-up play there from Ramar McNeil into the path of Esiosa Sula, who fires West Brom level. Bournemouth 2, West Brom 2. Right on the stroke of half-time. Christie. Headed away by Nelson. Cherries throw. Bouton to Merritt. Ali. Back heel from Moto, wins a throw-in. Christie to Gannon Doak. Nice little triangle of passes there. Back to Gannon Doak. Rain starting to fall again. Ali. Tonks to Christie. West Brom back in the low block, just restricting the options for Bournemouth. Narco up high again to win the header. That flag has gone up again though over on the far side. Colesby early into the goal scorer Sula. Bouton on the halfway line to win the header. Here's Rhys Dutton. Good recovery in there from Black Shields. Ali. Merritt. Narco with the attempted back heel, didn't quite come off. Foul in there on Sula. And defending for Bournemouth to do in stoppage time at the end of this first half. Having led 2-0 and looking comfortable, West Brom have hit back through a George Shaw header. And a Siosa Sully finish into the bottom corner, cancelling out Kobe Moto and Michael da Costa Gonzalez's goals, which gave Bournemouth that 2-0 lead. And another set piece for the Cherries to defend. Good goalkeeping there from Kai Crampton. Well, perhaps not what we expected given the way that Bournemouth dominated that first half, particularly the first half of it. But they will go in level at the break in this Premier League Cup quarter-final. Bournemouth taking the lead early on through Kobe Moto, a really tidy finish into the bottom corner. Michael da Costa Gonzalez's long-range deflected effort then putting Bournemouth in control of the quarter-final. Only for West Brom to hit back through George Shaw's header. And then a really good Siosa Sully goal after some sharp build-up down the right-hand side from Roman McNeil. Second half coverage to come once the players are back out on the pitch. Leave you now with some highlights from that first half. Half time here on AFCB TV in association with ESET in the quarterfinals of the Premier League Cup. It's Bournemouth 2, West Brom 2. Marco square to Moto, surely for the Cherries, coming Moto. Da Costa Gonzalez, brilliant save from Sula down to his left-hand side. Straight to Costa Gonzalez. Costa Gonzalez deflecting down here. It's another dangerous ball in. It's a great header. It's going off the post. Marco with the header. Oh, it's gone just wide. Three for Bournemouth at the moment. 2-on-2 now. Who's down and Doak? Marco inside the box. Then down and Doak. Off the post. Drop for Narco. It will drop for Narco. Has dragged it wide. He's done well there. Welcome back to the Vitality Stadium ahead of the second half of this Premier League Cup quarter-final between Bournemouth and West Brom, with the tie finally poised at 2-2 after the first half. Bournemouth in front and in control, 2-0 up. Goals from Kobe Moto and Michael Da Costa Gonzalez with a deflected effort past Ben Cisse in goal. But West Brom hitting back, first for a George Shaw header, and then late on at the end of the first half, Esiosa Sula with a tidy finish past Kai Crampton. Here's Shaw. Good pressing by Narco. Hurrying Shaw into the clearance. Well, we will have a winner this evening. One of these sides will book themselves a place in the semi-final tonight. And there will be extra time if needed before a penalty shootout, should the scores stay level. Still a lot to unfold, you feel, though, over the next 45 minutes. Very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us here on AFC TV. Tonight's coverage, again, brought to you in association with ESET. And some early defending for the Cherries to do in this second half. We'll run you through the two lineups again in a moment. Let's just see out this free kick. Similar area where George Shaw's header was scored from in the first half. That's another dangerous ball into the 6-yard area. And Amir Ali had to be really alert and get that one right there. Any wrong move and that's heading into his own net. Dangerous set piece again, not dealt with and bundled in on the goal line. And it's Sula again for West Brom. His second of the game. And the Baggies take the lead for the first time. They've turned this quarter-final around from 2-0 down. The visitors lead 3-2. Really dangerous corner. Bournemouth just couldn't deal with it. And eventually it was popped in by Esiosa Sula. The West Brom striker and captain alert to the opportunity. And from 2-0 up and comfortable and looking in control. Bournemouth now with work to do if they want to put themselves into the semi-final of the Premier League Cup for the first time in the club's history. Tonks with the clearance from the back. Those lineups for you now then in full. So Bournemouth in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Kai Crampton in goal. Finn Tonks, Amir Ali, Alfie Merritt and Noah Bouton are the back four. Michael Da Costa Gonzalez, scorer of Bournemouth's second goal this evening, is alongside Zach Christie in midfield. They've got Kobe Moto, who scored the Cherries' first goal, ahead of them in the number 10. Ben Gannon-Doak down the right, Remy Rees-Dotton down the left, and Eugene Narco leading the line in the number 9 role. Options on the bench for Alan Connell tonight. George Chubandizzi. Joe Spence stepping up from the under-18s. Ethan Sills, who is on loan with Wimborne at the moment, but here as part of the squad this evening. Dane Dimmock and Danny Dixon is the substitute goalkeeper. West Brom lineup for you tonight. Ben Cisse in goal. Abdul Abadou, Noah Dupont, George Shaw, and Alfie Morhan. At left wing back, they've got Diego Nelson at right wing back, Matthew Crowther, Charlie Blackshields in midfield, Rimar McNeil and Ryan Colesby in and around Esiosa Sula leading their line tonight. Narco gets up to win the header again in front of Abadou. Moto into the path of Gannon-Doak. Wouldn't quite drop in time, and that's an important clearance on the 18-yard line. Tonks. Christie does well under pressure. One of Alan Connell, the Bournemouth manager's daily tasks, as well as having a chat before training with Andoni Iraola, who is watching on from the executive boxes this evening alongside Simon Francis and Sean Cooper and Tommy Elphick, where he decides or works with Andoni Iraola on the players who will step up from his development squad to train with the first team day to day. One of his other tasks in and around that is also to speak to Zach Christie's teachers about his education and how they could fit his training in and around his studies at the moment. The young teenager. In the heart of Bournemouth's midfield this evening, pulling the strings. Here's Gannon Doak. Looked really dangerous in the first half, hit the post, had another shot wide. Scotland international looks really sharp. You wouldn't know he's been out for 4 months, based on the turn of speed and the energy out there this evening. Here's Rhys Dotton. Gannon Doak really looked like he was just starting to get going in a Bournemouth shirt as well before that injury. That's good play into Narco. Oh, he's done well to get something on that. That was fired across goal by Bouton. Brilliant work down the left. And a really dangerous ball into the box. Bournemouth will get a corner out of it. Da Costa Gonzalez short to Christie. Costa Gonzalez, that's curling! Straight at Cisse in the end. Uncomfortable for the Baggies goalkeeper to deal with. Bit of space on halfway for McNeil. Into the path of Colesby. The return pass to McNeil not found. Too much on that from Merritt. Winchester's Alfie Merritt at the back alongside Amir Ali this evening. He's been with Bournemouth since the age of 7, Alfie Merritt. Cherries spotted him while he was playing for Eastleigh. Narco working hard again for Bournemouth along with Moto, trying to win that ball back. Gannon Doak. Moorhan. Right, into the path of Sula. That's a dangerous ball across the face of goal. Unfortunately for the Cherries, no one in green and yellow to tap it in. Costa Gonzalez does well on halfway. West Brom 25th in Premier League 2 at the moment, struggling down the bottom end of the table. 29 teams involved in that competition from the Category 1 academies. Bournemouth hoping to get to that level in the near future. Here's Moorhan. Christie watching him all the way. Couldn't keep it down, Alfie Moorhan. Bouton to Rhys Dotton. Colesby into the path of Sula on a hat-trick and gets a hat-trick. And West Brom take control of this quarter-finals. From 2-0 down, they find themselves 4-2 up, and that's largely thanks to that man celebrating over on the far side. Sula with a hat-trick this evening to put the Baggies on course for the semi-finals. It has been a real handful up front tonight for the visitors. And that's a really, really tidy finish. How will Alan Connell's side respond? Plenty of time still to get themselves back into this game. Getting the ball to that man a little bit more often might be one way to do it, but on that occasion, Gavin Doak taking a whack in the face. It's Colsey into the path of Moorhan. Still there for the Baggies. Straight at Crampton, who did well there to keep his eyes on that through a crowd of bodies as it was fired in low. And Bournemouth will try and get things moving at the other end. Moto. Got Narco on the edge of the box. Reece Dotton at the back post too. Tonks arrives on the overlap. Moto goes it on his own. Bouton working hard to retrieve it. All of a sudden, West Brom are pinging the ball around with real confidence out from the back. Early ball forward into the path of Crowther. Crowther! Oh, it's great goalkeeping from Kai Crampton. Quick out to the edge of the box, made himself big. The flag stayed down. So that long ball forward to Crowther. Kai Crampton with the save. Colsby to Shaw. Cisse to Blackshield. And Dupont will carry it forward from the back. Nelson with the ball in. Comfortable for Crampton. West Brom finishing first in Group A to make it through to the knockout stages. 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat in their group games. As we mentioned earlier, beating QPR. That's an interesting effort from Narco. Pretty comfortable for Cisse to deal with. 1-0 win for West Brom against QPR in the last 16. And in some good form at the moment. The Baggies just 1 defeat in their last 5 games in Premier League 2. Despite, as we said, finding themselves down in 25th at the moment. But this would be a rare away win for them of late. Just 1 in their last 5. The other 4 ending in defeat on the road. Referee Sonny Gill not happy with the position of the throw-in. Early again, looking for Moorhan. And that has gone into the car park at the back of the south stand. Maybe not the car park, not quite that far. Certainly probably into the construction area with Preparation underway, the early stages of the redevelopment of this ground, starting in the last few weeks. A decision on the full planning permission set to come sometime in May. And then, should they get the green light for the club, it will be full steam ahead from there. Exciting times here at the Vitality Stadium. It was exciting times in the first half of this game with Bournemouth 2-0 up, but how this game has turned in the Baggies' favour. 4-2 up, and another attempt on Kai Crampton's goal. Uncomfortable for the Cherries keeper to deal with. We're going to see a first change from Alan Connell in a moment as he looks to get his side back in this game. Costa Gonzalez with his shirt held on halfway. Advantage from the referee. Comes to nothing in the end, that advantage. Looks like Ethan Seals, I think, over on the far side, will be introduced to this quarter-final imminently. West Brom playing with real confidence now. It's a good interception on the halfway line from Tonks. Merritt looking for Gannon Doak, and he's found Gannon Doak. Lovely first touch. Gannon Doak again, straight at Cisse this time. Just won't happen for Ben Gannon Doak in front of goal this evening at the moment. One off the post, one wide, and one straight at the goalkeeper. Would be a very different feel to this game had one of those first two Ben Gannon Doak chances found the back of the net in the first half. Gannon Doak. Tonks. Space ahead of him, looks up, doesn't find Moto. McNeil. Battling with Bouton. Still McNeil, good step over in there. Bouton's done well, recovered. And fairly so, says the referee. Remar McNeil wants a free kick, doesn't get one. Late challenge on there on Tonks. Play continues with Bournemouth still in possession. Christie. Ethan still waiting patiently over on the far side to get his chance in this game. Gannon Doak to Tonks. Early ball from Gannon Doak looking for Moto. Bit of room for Bouton down the left. Merritt. Merritt to deliver. Narco arriving at the back post, not dealt with convincingly. Narco still battling. Costa Gonzalez has done well on the edge of the box. Sula, West Brom's hat-trick hero. That's a lovely turn away. Oh, and the ball into the path of McNeil would have been a beauty if it wasn't for his own player stood in the way in Crowther. Looks really dangerous, does Nessiosa Sula. Tonks. Doesn't reach Narco. Gannon now. Lovely footwork again from the Scotsman. Oh, it's brilliant from Gannon. Can he find a teammate? He can find a teammate. Narco with the header. Oh, it's a brilliant save from Cisse on his goal line. Gannon with all the skills down the right. He managed to pick out Eugene Narco. That's a really good header from Narco as well. Down into the ground. Real tester for the goalkeeper. But Ben Cisse equal to it. And he keeps the 2-goal cushion intact for West Brom. Bournemouth from 2-0 up in this tie. Finding themselves 4-2 down and working hard to try and get themselves back into this quarter-final. And that's the last of the action from Ben Gannon too. Really valuable minutes in the tank for the Cherries first team player. Da Costa Gonzalez trying another long-range effort. Good 65 minutes for Gannon as he continues his comeback from hamstring surgery. Tonks into the box. Ethan Sills introduced in place of Gannon Dokes. Da Costa Gonzalez has come out to the right wing where Gannon Doak was operating. Ethan Sills in the middle of the park. There is a ball looking for Sills. Of course, Gannon Doak with a bit of a longer wait to get any further first team action due to the international break, and then no game for Antonio Irola's side after the international break, with a weekend off because of the FA Cup. Essentially a 3-week gap without a game before they travel away to the Premier League leaders Arsenal. But the game's coming thick and fast for Alan Connell's development squad. They will play again on Monday here at the Vitality Stadium, a 1 o'clock kickoff against Crewe in the Professional Development League. Where they are going well in 4th and on course for the end of season playoffs. And of course there is a big game for the Bournemouth women to come at the weekend too. Moto to Sills. Rhys Dotton! And Bournemouth are back in the game. Brilliant build-up. And this time the finish is there to go with it. Remy Rhys Dotton makes it Bournemouth 3, West Brom 4. And the Cherries aren't done yet. A 7-goal thriller so far here at the Vitality. Great build-up play for that goal across the box into Rhys Dotton at the back post. Christie. Oh, the pass out intercepted there. Square ball. Tonks there to sweep up at the back and get his teammate out of a bit of trouble. Alfie Merritt's clearance there, not finding its intended target. Dupont. Moorhan at left wing back. Shaw. Sula. Patrick Hero for the Baggies. Moorhan. Dangerous one. Well dealt with by Merritt. Heavy touch at the back post from Nelson. Sure. To Cisse. Looking for Moorhan again down the left. Oh, that's a nice ball. Infield. Colesby trying to find Sula. Costa Gonzalez clears. Both West Brom and the Cherries looking to join Blackburn, Sunderland and Burnley in the semi-finals. Tidy turn from Colesby into the path of McNeil. Free kick. Crampton screaming at his defenders to get up to halfway. Sills, surrounded by yellow and green shirts. And they look early for Sula again, the Baggies. Colesby unmarked on the edge of the box. Good defending in the end. Zach Christie over there to close the cross down. Backshields with the corner. Crampton deals with it well. Under pressure at the front post. Early shout of man on, and Tonks with the vision to find Narco. De Costa Gonzalez desperately trying to get ahead of Narco. Just squeezed for room by the West Brom defenders. Eugene Narco. Shaw with the clearance. De Costa Gonzalez. Christie does well there ahead of Colesby. Bouton. And the confidence and pace just starting to come back into that passing from West Brom out from the back. And again, they look early for Moorhan. Sula's just pulled wide to receive the pass. Oh, it's sharp stuff from Sula. It's a big save at the front post from Crampton. Stood big to deny Sula a fourth goal in this game. And from nowhere really, from the corner of the box. Powerful driving play from Sula into towards the 6-yard area. Just took himself too wide in the end. Angle not quite there. Crampton stood big. Costa Gonzalez, important header at the back post. Bouton working to keep it in. And he's not been able to. We're going to see a first change of the evening for the Baggies shortly. Remark McNeil heading off. Torren and Tege. He's coming on. Quarter of an hour for Bournemouth to try and find an equaliser in this game. Oh, given away, Moto. Narco sprinting to get with him. Da Costa Gonzalez coming in from the right as well. Moto might not need him. Kobe Moto just couldn't work it infield enough for the room he needed to pull the trigger. Kobe Moto, a former Arsenal and Pompey Academy player before arriving at the Cherries. Da Costa Gonzalez again from range. Rebound doesn't quite for him. And then Michael Da Costa Gonzalez has dragged Abadou to the ground and given away a free kick. It was from similar range where he scored Bournemouth's second goal of this quarter-final to put them 2-0 up in the first half. West Brom levelling things at 2-2 before half-time and then coming out with a bang in the second half. Esiosa Sula completing his hat-trick with 2 goals after half-time to put West Brom 4-2 up, but Remy Rees dot and strike at the back post. It's just made this quarter-final interesting as we head towards the final 10 minutes. Been a brilliant run in this competition, whatever happens this evening for Alan Connell's team. Bit of club history, reaching the last 8 for the first time. Really proud of what he's achieved with this team in the competition, but desperate to keep the run going. West Brom themselves actually winners of this competition back in 2022. Their man in the dugout tonight, Dion Burton, part of the coaching team for that Premier League Cup win for West Brom. Beat their Black Country rivals Wolverhampton in the final at the Hawthorns to lift the trophy. Costa Gonzalez working hard but not winning it back on that occasion. Morhan down the left into the substitute Ntege. Sills battling hard up against Black Shields. Black Shields has done well. He's found Colesby in a bit of space. Here's Nelson. Diego Nelson shoots off the bar. Might have been fingertips on that from Kai Crampton to keep the Baggies at bay. That might have sealed the deal for West Brom as they look to restore that 2-goal cushion. Crampton at full stretch, diving away to his right-hand side. May well have been just the faintest of fingertips to deny Diego Nelson a goal. And now a corner for him to deal with. And it's congested on his goal line, as is the way in the modern game at the moment. Everyone piled in and around the goalkeeper, and that's right under the crossbar. And it's gone in at the back post. Crampton got something on it, but not enough. And West Brom open up a 2-goal cushion again to make it Bournemouth 3, West Brom 5, and the Baggies on course for the semi-finals. Second headed goal for the Baggies in this game from a set-piece situation. Into the final 10 minutes we go. Here's Sills. Again, another goal just changes the dynamic slightly if Bournemouth can hit back quickly. Stopton's back heel. Not what it needed to be. Merritt. In for Moto. Read by Dupont. Dupont goes long. Bouton heads away. Moto. Into Narco. Sills in the middle. Da Costa at the back post. Narco. Out to Rhys Dotton. Christie. That's a good ball. Too much on it for Narco. Game management, the message from the Baggy players out there as they look to see themselves through to the last 4. Ali with the clearance. Stotton's done well. Da Costa Gonzalez. Bit of room on the left for Bouton and Narco, but Da Costa Gonzalez just squeezed for room. They've won it back well, they'll have the Cherries. Rhys Dotton, Bouton now joins in. Merritt. Christie. Tonks. Christie again. Da Costa Gonzalez looking for Moto. Great communication out there all evening from Kai Crampton in goal for Bournemouth. Really vocal. You can probably pick him up on the microphone in the background. Here's Moto. Da Costa Gonzalez, long range again. This time it's low. And Cisse was equal to it. Might have been sneaking in, you know, in the bottom corner. No second goal of the game for Michael Da Costa Gonzalez. Tonks. Ali. Costa Gonzalez. We approach the final 5 minutes. Rhys Dotton, that's a nice first touch. Still Rhys Dotton, he's gone down. He wants a penalty. He's not going to get one. Very quick wag of the finger from Sonny Gill. The man with the whistle. First touch was really tidy from Remy Rhys Dotton. Kept it close to his body. Drew the tackle. Not the penalty. Acosta Gonzalez, that's well read. Christie. Moto. Lovely dummy from Moto. Narco trying to get on the end of it. Good goalkeeping from Cisse. Kobe Moto just jumping over the ball there to let it run through and into the path of Eugene Narco. Ntege. Crowther. Finds Moorham. Dupont. Now to Shaw. West Brom won a free kick. And they get one today. It's been given Bournemouth way. Another change coming up for the Baggies. Ryan Colesby heading off. And a change for the Cherries too. Alfie Merritt replaced. And Dane Dimmercombe sent on to try and shift some momentum back Bournemouth's way with the clock ticking down. Early ball looking for Nelson. Ali done well over there. Again, it's right under the crossbar. It's another tester for Crampton. He's done really well in there. Surrounded by players. Marco unable to get the first header right. That's a brilliant second header. And there's a break on here for Bournemouth. Moto into the path of Dimmercombe. Dimmercombe with the shot. Big save. Back out to Moto. He's blazed it over. Falling backwards. He couldn't keep it down. And you feel that was the moment for Bournemouth if they were going to spark another comeback. Dimmercombe with his first touch in the match. Producing another save from Cisse. Kobe Moto on the follow-up. You have to say some good defending in there as well. They made it difficult for Moto. But he will really feel, I'm sure, that he should have had a second goal in this match. His first seems a long, long time ago now, given everything that's unfolded since. Ball into the path of Sula. Sula with the shot. Crampton with the save and reacted well to the rebound as well. Bouton. Infield and away from Harry French. Moto does well to win the throw. Reece Dotton will take it quickly. Christie to Costa Gonzalez in a bit of space on the right. Here he is. Bouton. Can Bournemouth get the delivery in and get the delivery right? Moto shoots and deflected and wins the corner. Into stoppage time we go. Still feels like a big ask for Bournemouth to take this game to extra time, but a goal now might just make the final few minutes interesting. Christie to deliver the corner. Everyone forward bar the goalkeeper for Bournemouth. Christie to the front post. Not dealt with by the Baggies. Still there for the Cherries. Moto on the volley. Deflected. Big, important block in there. Charlie Blackshield's chucking himself in front of the ball. Michael da Costa Gonzalez to deliver the corner. Needs to get it right. It's a good one to the back post. Narco underneath it. Christie on the volley this time from the edge of the box. Moto keeps it in the danger area. Flicked on and put in! Eugene Narco does get his goal! And is there time maybe for Bournemouth to find an equaliser in this Premier League Cup quarter-final? A 9th goal in the game. Bournemouth 4, West Brom 5. What a spectacle it's been. The Cherries 2-0 up and comfortable, pegged back to 2-2. West Brom 4-2 up and comfortable. Reece Dotton's goal to make it 3-4. And Noah Dupont with a header to make it 5-3. Eugene Narco at full stretch to make it 5-4 and give Bournemouth a glimmer of hope of maybe taking this quarter-final to extra time. Cisse. At the referee's discretion in stoppage time. West Brom want a penalty for a foul on French. They're not going to get it. Alan Connell telling Kai Crampton to send this one long early. Here's Sills. Sills obliges. Long ball, looking for Narco. Ali underneath it and forward for Bournemouth as well. Morhan. A flat back 5 for West Brom as well. Looking for Ali, Bournemouth send it long. No foul on Blackshields. Crampton looking for Ali again. Ali wins the flick on. Narco with the second header. Looking for Bouton. Sills with the first touch. Oh, big tackle. Solid tackle from Harry French. Sills to Crampton. Crampton long, looking for Narco. Narco beaten to the header by Abadou. Tonks. Bournemouth just need to get it forward. They have got it forward. Dimmercombe underneath it. Headed away. That'll be a corner if it goes out. He's done well, has. Moreham to keep it in. Acosta Gonzalez. 5 minutes into stoppage time. Cisse spilt it. Still there for Bournemouth. Moto trying to get on the end of it. He's done well. He's won a corner. There is time, says the referee. And now they really are going to send everyone forward. Kai Crampton coming up from the back. The Cherries goalkeeper. Bournemouth 5-4 down. Deep into stoppage time. Trying to take this quarter-final in the Premier League Cup to extra time. It's not the greatest of corners. And there isn't time for the equaliser. As the Cherries players drop to the ground in disappointment. But a Premier League Cup campaign that they can be really proud of. And a fight back in this second half to be proud of as well. Alan Connell's side 2-0 up in the first half. And in control of the tie. They were pegged back to 2-2 before half-time. Kobe Moto and Michael da Costa Gonzalez's goals cancelled out by George Shaw header. And SCO Sula's first goal of the game. And then the Baggies came out firing in the second half. SCO Sula adding his second and then completing his hat-trick to turn the tie around and put West Brom 4-2 up from 2-0 down. But the Cherries battled back through Remy Rees-Dotton. He made it 3-4. Noah Dupont with a header then to make it 5-3. And you thought maybe West Brom would cruise through to the semi-finals from there. Eugene Narco's late goal in stoppage time gave Bournemouth a glimmer of hope. But they just ran out of time to find the equaliser. And it will be the Baggies who join Blackburn, Sunderland and Burnley in the semi-finals of the Premier League Cup. Bournemouth's record-breaking run in the competition, reaching the last 8, the quarter-finals for the first time in the club's history, comes to an end at the hands of West Bromwich Albion. Thank you very much for watching this evening. Tonight's coverage on AFCB TV brought to you in association with ESET. You've been treated to a cracker in terms of goals. 9 of them tonight. I will leave you with the highlights reel of them all. Full time here at the Vitality Stadium in the quarter-finals of the Premier League Cup. It's finished Bournemouth 4, West Brom 5. Marco square to Moto, surely for the Cherries. Coming Moto. Costa Gonzalez, brilliant save from Cisse down to his left-hand side. Straight to Costa Gonzalez. Costa Gonzalez deflected down here. ball in. It's a great header and it's going off the post. Narco with the header. Oh, it's gone just wide. Three for Bournemouth at the moment. 2-on-2 now. Here's Dan and Doak. Narco inside the box. Then Dan and Doak. Off the post. The Narco, it will drop the Narco. It's dragged it wide. He's done well there. Short. It's Gannon Doak. Gannon Doak. Oh, it's a bit wide. Again, not Sula on a hat-trick. He gets a hat. Crowder. Oh, it's not goalkeeper. Gonzalez on range again. This time it's low. Final 5 minutes. Restart, and that's a nice first touch. Still restart. He's gone down and he wants a penalty. That's a brilliant second header. And there's a break on here for Bournemouth. Moto into the far with Dimicum. Dimicum with his shot. Big save. Back out to Moto. Plays it. Get it right. It's a good one to the back post. Narco underneath and Christie on the volley. Moto keeps it in the danger area. Flicked on and put